Hi everybody, welcome to 2026. Today is the 10th of January and I wanted to do a brief overview of where I am politically, what happened in 2025 and what's going to be happening over 2026. So the first thing to mention is I am the Central Scotland Regional Director for the GB PAC. This works hand in hand with the Advanced UK with creating policies on the policy platform. And these are policies that you can get involved in, you can have input on. They are being tested by King's Council, the highest legal minds in the UK, and they will be enacted and put into the manifesto of Advanced UK when the time is right, and they will come out periodically over the next couple of months. Now, I know that the idea is that we should have got these out a bit sooner, but we've been a bit of a victim of our own success recently, unfortunately, and we wanted to get these policies out as soon as possible. The first one comes out on the 7th of February. I will be at that event in London, the launch of the first policies. You will be able to see them, and again, you will be able to influence the policies that we are looking at via the policy platform. Now, what we're doing with policies is we're intertwining them with all the policies that we bring out. We're not looking at them in silos, which is what the governments have done in the past, and therefore we can make sure that we take a holistic view of all the policies and all the things that we want to do, and because they'll be tested legally, we will be able to enact that as part of our manifesto on day one when we get into Parliament. You've probably all seen this, but this was an announcement made a couple of days ago stating that myself and Michelle Ballantyne are the new directors for Scotland for Advanced UK. Michelle, obviously having the experience of being an MSP, is a fantastic experience that we kind of need, and I've got the experience of doing the administration because I've stood as an independent myself for what's needed to actually get things done. It kind of works hand in hand, and we're going to go forwards from there. We're going to be recruiting for 8 regional area managers. We're going to be looking for candidates. We're going to be looking for branch managers, and we'll get all those out to you and those details as soon as possible. How are we doing? We're actually doing really, really well. We've got 2,324 paid members in Scotland with an additional 680 supporters that are registered supporters. So around 3,000 in total in Scotland. Now, obviously, we want to get that figure up considerably, especially when you can see the SNP membership is going down, as you can see in the results here. So what have we been doing since the last 2025 update? Well, I've been to many events, I've done some speeches.
Back in 2021, I sent a letter to the MP of Falkirk, directed to the Home Office, asking and raising my concerns around illegal migrants.
The British people are a defined ethnic, racial group that needs to be protected in its own right. Do you feel that certain other groups across the world are simply incompatible with ourselves?
They are. I mean, I'm a veteran of 13 years. I've been to Iraq, I've been to Afghanistan, right? And actually, some of the Iraqis, even one or two from Afghanistan, really nice, lovely people, fantastic. But their culture is so far different, so far removed from the culture in the UK. You can't take somebody out of a third world country. You can't even blame them to an extent. You can't take somebody out of a third world country in Afghanistan, right, and plonk him in the middle of Falkirk and think that he's going to behave like everybody else in Falkirk, because he's not. Exactly. I think that it's vital that movements like this get traction, and I'm looking forward to a bright future, hopefully, with political movements. I've spoken to a lot of people. I've come under attack, unfortunately, from the left, which is always going to happen at some point, as you can see here. I've been in touch with various other people.
Mark, I most certainly do remember you, mate.
But Mark.
Morning everybody, here at the Unite the Kingdom event in London. Looking forward to having a good day, and I hope you all join Advanced UK. It's been a busy year, and it's going to get busier. We need to fight this from the ground up. We've got no media presence, which is disappointing. Apart from the obvious, which is Dan Wootton and people like Paul Thorpe, of which I had the pleasure of meeting when I went over to Spain. Which reminds me to ask you to sign the pledge, and I also had the pleasure of meeting Tech and Kevin from the Alliance for Democracy and Freedom Party, of which I was a member for a very, very short period of time. One of the highlights of the year has to be meeting Ben. Not the best photo, but I'm sure we'll get plenty more opportunity for that. It's been a busy year, and 2026 is going to be no different. I'd like to encourage you all to join Advance UK. Reach out to me and contact me if you like at any point. Got any questions or anything like that? And I look forward to seeing you all on the road. Thanks.